This is a heist for the New York Islanders as they have the opportunity to really capitalize on the shortcomings of the Dallas Stars and bring in a 40-goal scorer that has eluded the team for years. We're going to break it all down on this episode of Islanders Digest and really talk about how good the Islanders' chances are at bringing in Jason Robertson. Really quickly, before we get into that, we noticed that 74% of you who watch these videos are not yet subscribed to the channel. So if you're an Islander fan, you want more Islanders content just like this, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. It's free. Our goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers for the NHL draft where the Islanders have the first overall pick. So if you haven't already, be sure to join this Islanders community. Now, things are getting pretty crazy when it comes to the Dallas Stars after really having a disappointing postseason. This is a team that I think we all expected to either get eliminated in the first round because of the Colorado Avalanche or make the Stanley Cup Finals. And frankly, their appearance in the conference finals left a lot to be desired. And as a result, there are a lot of rumors out there that the Dallas Stars are considering making a Jason Robertson trade. So we're going to talk about the Dallas Stars are in a really tough position when it comes to making changes on their team. They have both very little cap space and very little assets. And as a result, there is some consideration that Jason Robertson is going to get traded. And adding fuel to the fire, ESPN analyst Kevin Weeks has actually posted a cryptic tweet kind of hinting at a Jason Robertson trade. And if the Dallas Stars truly are shopping Jason Robertson, the Islanders should be absolutely all over this. In fact, every single NHL team is probably going to be all over this. However, the Islanders do have a unique advantage compared to these other teams. And we're going to talk about why I think the Islanders are actually way more likely to actually be able to acquire Jason Robertson as opposed to other franchises. Now, quickly, I do want to just talk about Jason. For those of you who don't know who Jason Robertson is and why the Islanders should be all over this, you look at his stats. This is a player who scored 41 goals in a season, a player who scored 46 goals this season. This is an incredible goal scorer. And on top of that, he also puts up a ton of points. He is a playmaker as well. This is basically a superstar in the NHL, and the Dallas Stars drafted him 39th overall. Can't believe so many teams passed on Jason Robertson, especially in the 2017 draft, which really left a lot to be desired. But he is an incredible player and a player who also has performed pretty well in the postseason. Now, a lot of times his postseason production has taken a step back compared to the regular season, but it's not like he is not producing at all. I mean, this season he was injured in the postseason, put up 6 points, but the years before that he's put up 60 points and 18 points. This is exactly the type of player the Islanders need. And frankly, on the Islanders, while they are much less talented than the Dallas Stars, he also could play more minutes. This is a player who is scoring 109 points in his best season for Dallas, who typically scores at least 80 points a season, who I can really see scoring 85, 90 points a year for the Islanders and being their top point scorer and goal scorer, which is exactly what the Islanders need. The idea of Jason Robertson playing next to Barzal is something to get really excited about. And really, it's something that can happen because the Dallas Stars are doing terrible when it comes to their cap space. They overspent on Mikko Rantanen, and rightfully so. Rantanen is an incredible player. But now, as a result, they only have $5 million to spend, and they really have a lot of roster spots to fill, and there are some roster spots they need to fill that the Islanders can really help with, and that's why I think the Islanders do have a unique position to help the Dallas Stars. In addition, as the tweet says, they are looking for future assets because you look at the Dallas Stars, they traded their first-round pick this year, they traded their first-round pick next year, they traded their second-round pick. So as a result, they don't really have the tools they need to really bring in new players to kind of change up the look of this team to try to make it deeper into the playoffs. And I know it's kind of crazy that they're looking to make changes considering they've made the conference finals so many times. But at this point with Dallas, I don't think that's the goal anymore. And as a result, that's why I think a Jason Robertson trade is actually remotely likely this offseason. Now, this is a mock trade from Isles Updates that I do want to mention, as a lot of people were talking about. It's a who says no type mock trade, something that really gets you discussing it. And frankly, this does not really make sense to me, both for the Islanders and for the Dallas Stars. I mean, obviously, if you're the Islanders, you do give up Romanov, Pajot, and the Colorado first to the to the Dallas Stars if they want to trade you Jason Robertson. Because as we've haven't talked about yet, Jason Robertson, while he does have 1 year more on his contract, he is going to be an RFA, so the Islanders would have this guy under team control, which, by the way, is an awesome contract for Dallas to sign, kind of getting him all the way up to his 26-year-old season, and then keeping him as an RFA where they can really control the terms of the negotiations. Still, he needs a big raise, which is one of the reasons why the Dallas Stars have to move on from him, and it's also why the Islanders can acquire Jason Robertson, because next year they have a ton of cap space, and they are willing to give him that raise if he is that player who scores goals for them that they've been looking for so long. Now, the big reason I think this trade does not make sense, I actually don't think the value is too far off. I think Pajot, if he was at a half retained salary, and Alex Romanov, and a first where they could acquire another player, actually would be somewhat reasonable. Though keep in mind, this is a player that every other team is going to be bidding for, so because of that, it likely would not work. But the bigger issue with this trade proposal is not really the value. It's more that Alex Romanov plays the left side defensively. And if you look at Dallas, their biggest hole in the playoffs this year was the right side of their defense. The right side of their defense absolutely got shelled. It was abysmal. Even when Miro Heiskanen came back, they put him on the right side, even though he's a left defender, to try to fix the problems, which frankly probably is not the best way to use your best defenseman. You want them playing on their strong side. And as a result, I think that is the big reason why the Oilers really canned the Dallas Stars, because they were not good on the right side. And this is why I think the Islanders actually have a really good chance of acquiring Jason Robertson, because one player we've heard enter trade rumors throughout the year for the Islanders is Noah Dobson. Noah Dobson is a really strong right-handed defenseman. He does have his flaws, and frankly, the way the Islanders play does not quite complement his style of game. While a team like the Dallas Stars, he would likely be able to put up 85, maybe even 90 points. I know that sounds crazy, but when you look at the depth of the Dallas Stars, I know Jason Robertson is a big part of that. Noah Dobson could put up huge numbers for the Dallas Stars, and he's a right-handed defenseman. I know a lot of Islander fans, we complain about Noah Dobson here and there, but I think we don't realize how good we have it when it comes to Noah Dobson being able to play 25 minutes a game if he needs to from the right side. If Noah Dobson was on the Dallas Stars in this playoff run, I think they do go deeper, because he can play that many more minutes in the playoffs and also provide offense from the back end. And especially if you're pairing him with one of the Dallas Stars' already incredible left-handed defensemen in Heiskanen and Harley, you're going to have an incredible pair for Dallas. And when it comes to what Dallas needs to improve this offseason, it's really clear that the right side of the defense is the number one priority, considering how abysmal it was. I think Cody Ceci was playing in major games for them, which is adding Noah Dobson instead of Cody Ceci playing 25 plus minutes for you in the playoffs is going to be a game changer. And because of that, I do think the Islanders do have the edge when it comes to Robertson, because while the rumor is they're going to want to trade him for assets and cap space, do you really get good value when you're trading the best player like that in a trade and really not getting anybody super in return? Now, what's interesting about Noah Dobson too is he is currently an RFA, and Dallas is going to have the ability to sign the contract they want with Noah Dobson. Now, I've talked about in previous videos when it comes to signing Noah Dobson, I don't think it makes sense for the Islanders to give him a bridge deal. I understand it will cost more money for them to sign him long term, but I think that's what makes sense for the Islanders. However, if Dallas could sign Noah Dobson to a bridge deal, which kind of puts his average annual value down, at least short term, while they try to go on a run, I think this is a deal that can save space for the Avalanche, and the Islanders in return get a star player. Now, I don't think it would quite be 1-for-1 when it comes to Noah Dobson in a trade, but I don't think there's going to be that much more going on the Islanders side when it comes to Dallas, because Noah Dobson is an incredible defender. And in the past, I have actually said I don't want to see the Islanders trade Noah Dobson at all. I think he should be pretty hard to move. I do think this is the exception. As in previous videos, as you know, I've said I'm not giving the green light to trade Noah Dobson for a trade for Robertson. I am going to give the green light. I think it's worth it. I mean, the Islanders need this player. As good as Noah Dobson is on the right side of the defense, you can't pass up an opportunity to bring in a player like Robertson. And the Dallas Stars, frankly, just have an abundance of riches when it comes to their forward core. Now, what this trade would look like, as I said, I don't see the Islanders really giving up other big assets other than Noah Dobson. One thing I think they can do for the Dallas Stars that would really make this work is they can take back Matt Dumba on the last year of his contract, making $3.75 million per year. Is he worth it? Absolutely not. As a result, the Dallas Stars want to get rid of him, and they just simply don't really have the assets to dump his contract. If you're getting Robertson for the Islanders, a player that you're going to sign long-term and really have as one of your star players for the next 9 seasons, because you're going to give him an 8-year extension after bringing him to Long Island, I don't see the problem with holding on to Dumba this year in a transitionary year. In addition, I can see the Islanders giving up a second round pick either this year or maybe if this gets an incredible bidding war, maybe they give up the Colorado first, but I really don't think the value between Noah Dobson and Robertson, just because Noah Dobson is so effective at a premium position, is really a first round pick. But let me know in the comments what you think about a trade like this. Would you want the Islanders to trade for Robertson from the Dallas Stars, giving up Noah Dobson and perhaps future assets and taking on a bad contract? Love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. As always, love having hockey discussions with you guys. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. My name is Patrick Nilan. This is Islanders Digest. Let's go Islanders.